Championship. I am Travis Van North, your main commentator and only commentator for night. We have a special guest tonight, our in-race reporter, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Jonathan, would you like to say anything?
How's it going?
Oh, there he is. We'll
Yep.
come to him every now and then, maybe in the middle of a battle if we're feeling spicy. First of all, of qualifying, we got a solid grid tonight, 17 or 18 cars. I'm not exactly sure. 17. We might see one or two more people join. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe a Donald Stern appearance if we're lucky. But your main title favorites are here. Matthew Stotts is here. Darius McGill, Ethan Fonseca, Moreno maybe is on the end of his name. Jake Scarborough and Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, all four of them, five of them. Nope, I was right the first time. Let's see. We've already got a comment on the stream. I think I know who it's from. It's Jamie Wright. Hello, Jamie Wright. As the first car on track is going to be the Alfa Romeo of Timothy Olsen. Tim Olsen, really. Had a little bit of a struggle last week at Imola. First league race on this game. Hoping to get more into the groove this week. A lot more cars than last week as well, so it's going to be a lot harder to get points. But maybe he'll pull one out. France is known for being a little wonky, so hopefully for him, gets a little bit of luck on his side. We will have a sprint race tonight. 8 laps. Will be rain, so even more chaos. The feature race, the main race, will have no rain. No weather will be impacting that race. Qualifying will also have no weather, so they don't have to hurry up and get a lap in. No weather, no rain. That's what I meant to say. As the second car on track, I'm pretty sure that will be Andrew Davis. Yes, it is. He does have a teammate tonight. Mr. Tyler McIntosh did appear. As Tim's slowing down quite a bit, probably going to let Andrew by. The Ferrari of Ethan Fonseca, not too far behind these two. And after that, it's Julian Lozano, who got points last week. Shocked the entire field, shocked the entire grid, could not believe it. Just truly remarkable driving from Julian Lozano. Something you don't see very often. That Haas, who is that Haas? It's Fidel Fabian. Fidel Fabian, 5th car on track. He'll be making his way to start his lap soon, as Andrew Davis will be the first one on a timed lap. He was able to overtake Mr. Tim Olsen. As I need to send a link out to other chats, I just realized. Solid turn 1 entry, uses up all the curve for turn 2, gets really wide, really loose off of that huge curve. Looking like he's going to set a solid lap so far. Pretty solid throughout. A little bit of loose in the second corner, but so far so good. Not able to get all the power down around that curve. Wide open down the back straightaway. Let's see what he can get up to. Already the 200 miles per hour. He'll get up to about 213 before he has to hit the brakes. Really big cut there, thankfully for him. Regular corner cutting won't affect him very much. Had a few drivers speak about that post-race. Matthew Stotts was one of them. Not a big fan of regular corner cutting, as he'll come into the wide sweeping right-hander. Not a lot of brake, just a little bit of a tap. Gets back on the gas a little bit late. Down to the left-hander, goes a little bit wide. No harm, no foul. Don't want to skateboard yourself on that curve, though, or that's going to be really pivotal to avoid. So we'll go down on the final corner. We'll see where our first lap will be, the benchmark lap for everybody else. Andrew Davis at the line. It's going to be a 130.3. All right. Tim Olsen, about 3/10 off of that. Not too bad. Let's see where Ethan Fonseca is at the line. Top of the board, 129.6. Flyer of a lap for Mr. Fonseca. Julian Lozano, 2.6 off that. Matthew Stotts, I forgot to mention, does have a qualifying penalty, so we will not see him in qualifying. Fidel Fabian, P4, about a 131. Not a great lap from Fidel. Hopefully he can recover from that. Tyler McIntosh down the back straightaway. Trying to see where he can qualify. Another lap set. AJ Knickel, he's back with us this week after two. Or no, he raced. Pretty sure he did show up for Australia, but didn't have the greatest race. He is P4 right now. Not a great lap from him. He'll look to get ahead of Tim Olson and Andrew Davis. Julian Lozano also retired from the session. Probably wasn't very happy with that lap. Just decided to call it quits. Regroup for the race, or the sprint. As Tyler McIntosh looks to be on a solid lap so far. Doesn't go nearly as wide as Andrew Davis. Kept it really tighty on that curb. So we'll see where he is at out of the final corner he comes. A little bit low on fuel. Trying to get the most lap time possible out of that. P5 slots in between AJ and Fidel. As Valerie goes P2, she is back her first race since the season opener, where a little bit of bad pit strategy cost her a podium, cost her a chance at the win, really. Matthew Stotts got gifted that one. AJ and Nickel taking the scenic route back to the pit lane. Not really sure what that's all about. Hunter Smith, he's on an outlap. Trying to get some more points than he did last week. Finished behind Andrew Davis after a time penalty, hoping to be able to jump him. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer coming to finish his first lap of the day. So I've been given ice cream. Alright, well that's great. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer gonna complete his first lap down the front straightaway. We'll see where he slots in. He'll go P5, slots in between Andrew and Tim. Gabe Gazzola, also on a lap. He's about in the halfway through the first sector. Somebody just set a lap. Tyler Crabtree just he didn't really set a lap, just an out lap. 2 out laps, really. On his first real-time lap, we'll see if anybody is actually on a lap. Sean Cassane, magically not on vacation for once in his life. Coming through the final sector now. See where he can slot in. Oh, wow, I missed that. Braden Sisko, one of the people that I missed, set a lap time, apparently. He went P3. Braden had insane pace the first half of Imola. Just some circumstances did not go his way, mostly internet related. Hoping to overcome that today. As Sean Cassane will come down the front straightaway. 50.4 for Sector 2. He slots in P6. Lots of people going in between Andrew and Tim. Jurg and Sean both slot in there. Meanwhile, Ethan and Val have just blown the competition away. Anybody else on a lap time? Gabe Cazzola does not finish, or he did finish a lap, just wasn't anywhere near the pace of even P10. Tyler Crabtree will be finishing his lap this time by, as will Hunter Smith is on his first lap. Never mind. He just got into the first corner. Jake Scarborough about to wrap up Sector 1. We'll see where he is after Sector 1 at 22.6. Looked really unstable there. Got another snap of oversteer. As meanwhile, Tyler Crabtree down the front straightaway gonna finish his first time lap. He'll put it P6 for Tyler Crabtree. Also goes in between Andrew and Tim. 3 different people all in a row going between them. Tyler Crabtree, pretty solid lap from him. As Hunter Smith down the back straightaway. Braden Sisko, hello. So Conga Line Esports putting in a really solid effort right now. 1-3. I'm not sure who that Alpha Atari. I guess that'd be Team 44R. And then after that you have I don't even know I'm not sure what Andrew calls his team. Davis Motorsports, I guess. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So they're alright right now, looking at better lap times. Meanwhile, Hunter Smith looking to get a good lap time in for Don and Timmy Racing. First lap of the day. Finished P7, I'm pretty sure, last week. Yeah, P7 it was for his first race on the season after being away for vacation. Into the final corner. See where he can go. Maybe in between Andrew and Tim, like three drivers have already. He's not. He'll go P12. Not a great lap from Hunter Smith. Probably was expecting a little more than that. Darius McGill came out on track. He'll have to complete his out lap and then set an actual lap. There's a McLaren on track. That's Tyler Crabtree coming back to the pits. The next car would be a Ferrari. That's Ethan Fonseca, who went out another out lap. He's going to start a second time lap, this time by. And Mercedes, I'm sure, is Tyler McIntosh. Probably wasn't very happy with his first lap. It's going balls to the walls here, it looks like. He's, I think, going to be the first person on a lap. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer out of the pit lane. Same with his Alpine teammate, Gabe Cazzola. Where did Mr. McIntosh go? There he is. He'll be coming to the final lap now. I think he's the only person on a lap, so we'll watch him for his entire lap. Then go back through the field afterwards. Jesus Christ, alright. Things are a little hectic right now. There we go. Tyler McIntosh down in the first corner for his second time lap. See how much curb he uses. Not as much as Andrew Davis did. Still got really loose off of that corner. But down into turn 3. All the curving there, trying to wrap this corner really tight. Come back through, see where he is after sector 1, if he's up at all. 2/10 up already for McIntosh. That put him, that really even wouldn't move him up. Maybe a position, but no more than that. He's going to have to find a little more pace than that. I'm sure he has, but Tyler has shown incredible pace so far. He's really fast at Bahrain. Lag issues also hurt him at Australia, so he wasn't able to get a good finish there. So he has a solid chicane. He's up a little bit of curb on the exit. Some drivers said they don't like to use that curb. It feels like it breaks their speed down a little too much. Got a yellow flag. Purple sector 2 for Tyler McIntosh. Looks like he's really quick right now. Goes really hard into that corner. Looks to get the gas back on a little bit later. Gets really loose off that corner. So he'll go down into the penultimate corner after this corner. See where he can move up to. Down to the final corner. Gonna go full throttle down the front straightaway or see where he can move up to. Matthew, your Tyler McIntosh P8, only 4/10 up on his lap. Probably wanted more pace out of that one. Ethan Fonseca though, on his second time lap, he is gonna finish this lap, so I bet he improves. He does by about 3/10. Ethan Fonseca. Insane pace. Valerie, invalidated lap time, comes back into the pit lane. Not sure what happened there. Red Bull crossing the line. That's Darius McGill on his first time lap. Nope, that's Sean Cassane. Let's see if Sean improves. No, he probably wasn't on lap then. Darius McGill though, his first time lap of the day, went really late. He'll go P3 at the stripe, P3. Just barely ahead of Braden Sisko. As next car we're going to get, I'm pretty sure is Jurgensmeyer. It will be, or no, wait, he somehow got behind his Alpine teammate of Gabe Cazzola. So Gabe Cazzola all the way down that left-hand side. That's a massive cut. Not really sure what he was doing there. He'll come across the line, see if he can improve. 3.1 down from the lead. He'll go to P12. Big improvement, not really any on the positional side of things. Didn't look, Jurgensmeyer did not improve. He was about a 10th down. That's unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, an AlphaTauri is crossing the line. I'm sure that's AJ Knickel if I could ever find him. There he is. Nope, he's starting his lap. Alright. Meanwhile, Tyler McIntosh going to dive into the pit lane. I'm sure that's Ethan Fonseca back there. Or is it Braden? No. But meanwhile, Darius McGill has been disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous location. As he hurts the lap of AJ too in the process. So Darius goes from P3 to P17. That is, wow, that's going to be unfortunate for him and his starting position in the sprint race. Going to have to start from the back of the field with Matthew Stotts. Two title favorites, not in a good place. Jurgensmeyer bringing it back to the pit lane. That's a Haas on a lap. That'd be Fidel Fabian, the only one allowed to qualify. He's really the only one on a time lap because I'm sure AJ wasn't very happy after that. He's about 6,000s up though, getting the pull from Jurgensmeyer. Maybe that's Cazzola. Who the hell knows? I can't tell it. Nope, it's Jurgensmeyer. Gabe Cazzola retired. Jurgensmeyer pulls out of the way after giving him that pull. Solid right-hander. Can't get the throttle up as much as he'd like to. Wide entry into that corner. Cuts it back down. Diamonds the corner. All the curb used on the exit. Into the penultimate corner. A little bit wide. Cuts back. Really cuts the corner like Gabe Cazzola did. Not as much as Gabe though. Gabe did it more than I've ever seen anybody do it. So we'll see if AJ can move up any in the order. Move up a few positions with just a 10th or two. Wow, way more than a 10th. About 7/10 up to P3. Moves in the spot previously held by newly disqualified Darius McGill. P3 for AJ Knickel. Really quick lap from him. Fidel Fabian up 2/10 on his lap time. That moved him up to P11 at least. See if he can gain any more through the final sector. 6/10 up actually, now that I speak about that. He'd move up to P5, really. That'd be incredible for Fidel Fabian, who has not really adapted to this game like he would like to. Looked like a really good corner from Fidel there. Really got onto the gas pretty early. Takes the wide entry. Not nearly as wide as AJ, though. Uses up all the curb on exit. Going to cut the corner a little bit. Really common occurrence with this regular corner cutting. Ethan Fonseca has been disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. That is 3 title contenders. Back of the grid. These guys are getting disqualified for just trying to get out of the way. Fidel Fabian goes P2 on the fucking... Well, I swear I was so surprised. That's... Fidel Fabian is P2 after all this chaos. He retires from the session immediately. Doesn't want to get disqualified, I assume. I mean, that is just insane. Did not expect that pace from Fidel Fabian. Tim Olsen goes really wide in turn 2. Didn't get nearly as loose as other lap times, though, but just... What an incredible lap from Fidel Fabian. That was, wow. I'm impressed, honestly. Andrew Davis starting his timed lap. AJ Nickel looks like he either bailed out, or maybe this is, yeah, he just bailed out. Now he's trying to probably get time back. Hunter Smith rolls up on him, probably wondering what he's doing. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, Hunter Smith starting a lap time after riding behind AJ for a while. Maybe a little mind games going on there. Braden Sisko also starting a lap. Valerie just retires after being gifted the pole, really. I mean, I couldn't really blame her. AJ Nickel tried to save up all the ERS he could. He's going to go now, see if he can improve on his lap time. I'm not sure he'll be able to. It's going to be a tall task for him to. Andrew Davis, let's see where he is after Sector 2. 2 tenths up. That put him right on the heels of AJ Nickel. If he can find a little more time. Braden Sisko also on another lap. Let's see where he is after Sector 1. Already a 10.5 up. Tim Olsen P2. He's finding some pace after his miserable week at Imola. Just some wild pace here. France is showing to be a wild track, really. 2 disqualifications. And really people at the front of the pack that you would not expect. Valerie might be in danger of losing the pole here. Braden Sisko going to be on a flyer, already 2 tenths up after the first sector. Still stays about 2 tenths. Can't really gain in the second. Andrew Davis slots in ahead of Braden Sisko. He'll go P5. Not sure he'll last there very long. AJ Nickel, meanwhile, retired from the session. Wasn't able to improve. See where Braden Sisko, if he can improve any more on this flyer of a lap. Sean Cassane retires. Andrew Davis retires. Sean Cassane's going to start P9. Not very good for him. We'll see if Braden Sisko can maybe be a player for pole here. Braden Sisko down to the final corner. On the throttle early. See if he can improve. Braden Sisko at the line. Going to go P4 ahead of AJ Nickel. Meanwhile, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, see if he... Nope, this is his first time lap with 5 seconds left. He gets back. Braden Sisko, hopefully he doesn't interfere with this lap. He's going to be off over to the right-hand side, thankfully. Not going to interfere. Meanwhile, Tim Olsen coming back to the pit lane. He won't be in Tyler McIntosh's way. Tyler and Tyler both on lap times. Wow, that's incredible. See where they can put it. So I need to send a link there. Alright, there we go. Tyler McIntosh at the line, does not improve, just wrecks the car. Tyler Crabtree, meanwhile, goes about 3 tenths faster. P7 now ahead of Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith is not on a lap time. Hunter Smith did improve. I missed that. He got ahead of Jurgensmeyer. Meanwhile, Jurgensmeyer, only person on track that can still set a time. He uses up all the corner there. Abusing track limits. Gonna be a lot of talk about corner cutting after this session, I assume. 3 tenths up. Maybe Jurgensmeyer has something for the pole. See if he can find 6 tenths in this final sector. I'm not sure if he can, but it'd be miraculous if he could. Gets on the throttle really early, cuts back down, has to get back off of it, got a little bit out of control there. Really wide, cuts it back down, doesn't use nearly as much curve as we've seen other people. A little bit of a mischief there, it seemed like. Really wide in the penultimate corner, cuts back down, see where he is after this final corner. Doesn't hit the axis. What? I'm just going to stop talking. Alright, Jurgensmeyer at the line. Where can he improve? 3 tenths up after Sector 2 at the line. P3 for Jurgensmeyer. Splits Fidel and Tim Olsen. And that's going to be all we have here for qualifying. Valerie sits on pole after being gifted it by Ethan Fonseca and Darius McGill being disqualified for blocking the track. This game is awful, is what I've learned today. Tim Olson P2, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer P3. Solid effort for him. Not a great qualifying session. Yeah, a lot of talk about track limits in the league chat. Fidel Fabian P4, really quick from him. Braden Sisko P5, probably wanted a little bit more on that. AJ Knuckle P6. Andrew Davis P7, about where I expected him to be. He's been pretty consistent so far this season, not a bad thing. Tyler Crabtree was P8. Hunter Smith P9. I think he can jump a lot of the people ahead of him. He has shown he can show much better race pace than some of those guys. Sean Kasane P10. Not a great lap from him. Same with Tyler McIntosh down in P11. Gabe Cazzola P12. Jake Scarborough, I didn't really notice him on track a bunch. It's kind of been the theme for him. He doesn't really qualify that well and just shows up in the race. He'll roll off P13. Julian Lozano P14. Matthew Stotts, that qualifying penalty puts him P15 on the grid for the sprint. Ethan Fonseca P16 and Darius McGill P17, both disqualified from the session for impeding. I guess not impeding, but blocking the track. I guess that's really impeding in the grand scheme of things. So wild qualifying session here from France. Just Paul Ricard circuit, I guess I should call it. Just wild, honestly. As Val, not really sure what she should have done there after the top two got disqualified. As you see on screen now, a very rainy Paul Ricard. We'll see if this affects the sprint race any more than qualifying did. I mean, that'd be. Oh, and I actually sent the link twice to a chat. That's incredible. All right. So we'll wait for everybody to ready up. I'd assume it'd be intermediates. I can't really see from here, but it kind of does, as we do not have a formation lap as Valerie gets off the line really well. Tim Olson, P2 starting spot, doesn't get off nearly as well as Valerie, but still P2. Fidel Fabian, wild start from him. It goes up to P2 immediately, side by side for P3. Jurgensmeyer and Tim Olson. Jurgensmeyer going to lose out to that position as Tim Olson gets on the curb really heavy. AJ Knuckle up to P5 as we got a spin in the back, I assume. Tyler Crabtree, Gabe Cazzola also might be around. AJ Knuckle, Andrew Davis side by side. Andrew really pins him. Jurg gets tagged by AJ. Jurg goes around, falling down the order. Sean Kasane already up to P6. Great start from him. Wild start here as we got to get on the tires. There we go. Only one person decides to start on wets. That's Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Didn't think it would be clear enough for inners. That probably will not help him get through the field either. Meanwhile, AJ Knuckle up to P4 already. Fidel Fabian had a miraculous start up to P2. Tim Olson now hounding him for P3. So we gotta, there we go. All right. Jamie Wright shocked at this, as what has happened here on the first lap. Tim Olson on the button, gonna go inside here through this corner. Not a great spot for passing. They bang wheels. Tim Olson and Fidel Fabian wheel to wheel racing. See if Tim uses them up anymore. Gives him a lot of space there. Coming through the... Oh, what the hell? That's why I could hear myself twice. I unmuted my stream. Alright. That screwed me up. Alright. Fidel Fabian fends off the charge from Tim Olson. Tim Olson putting in a great first lap here. Or not Tim Olson. Wow. Fidel Fabian is. Fidel Fabian. P2. Don't know how this has happened. Ethan Fonseca... Crazy start from him as well. P5, Matthew Stotts, P6. Might still have a shot at winning this thing, really. As I got to set it to interval. There we go. Tyler Crabtree had to come down pit road. Probably didn't have a front wing. Valerie already checked out, really. P1, 2 seconds clear. AJ Knuckle all over the back of Tim Olson. Tim Olson, really heavy corner cut there. Just abusing all of the track limits. Darius McGill didn't nearly get through the field as well as... Mr. Stotts and Ethan did, as Braden Sisko, seems like it's a reoccurring theme, is lagged out of the session. Doesn't look like he'll get points here. Really unfortunate for him. Jake Scarborough P8, final points position after he started P13. Andrew Davis has not lost any, but the second through sixth, all under a blanket. Tim Olson using up all of his ERS to try and fend off the charge from AJ Knickel. Meanwhile, AJ getting hounded from Ethan Fonseca. Side by side again, Tim Olson and Fidel Fabian. Wheel-to-wheel racing. Tim's still gonna be able to clear him off the corner as, oh, AJ Knickel loose off the corner into the guardrail. AJ Knickel gonna have serious wing damage after that. Luckily ghost so nobody hits him. Gonna put Sean Kassane into the points. Probably gonna have to pit for a new front wing. That's just unfortunate for him. Darius McGill not gonna make the pass to his inside. AJ falls all the way down to P13. Darius McGill almost got tagged. If he didn't have wing damage from tagging Jurgensmeyer, he does now. Meanwhile, Ethan Fonseca got around Fidel Fabian. Now he's going to make a move on Tim Olson. Not going to be able to make it there. Fidel Fabian going to pressure Ethan back. Oh, and he gets tagged by his teammate. Fidel saves it. Great save from Fidel. Matthew Stotts almost had another collision. 2 straight weeks of just not clean racing from Mr. Stotts. Ethan Fonseca gets the power down on the exit. Goes to P2. Now going to try and chase down Valerie. Oh, wow, quick lap from him. I'm pretty sure that's... Here, let's see. That's about even with Valerie on that lap, so even through traffic, setting the same laps. Let's put that back down to interval. Matthew Stott's now going to look to get around Tim Olson, try and keep pace with Fonseca. Tim Olson really abusing the corner cutting. Rather, the corner cutting we have on here. Going to have to probably turn that on strict next week. Unfortunately, Andrew Davis up to P6 now, one position up from where he started. Going to try and get around Fidel Fabian. Jake Scarborough, P7, chasing down Andrew Davis. Doesn't have any ERS left. We might have had a spin. It might have been, yep, Hunter Smith has went around before the back straightaway. He's going to just get it back on track and lose a lot of positions. Not going to have a chance at points now. AJ Knickel didn't get that much wing damage, it seems. Didn't have to pit. Repassed Darius McGill, actually. Darius McGill just doesn't look like he has the pace in the wet here. Hasn't really been able to gain where the people who did start with him, Ethan Fonseca and Matthew Stotts, already almost both up in the podium positions. Tim Olson really showing some pace here. I'm not sure what he found, but up to P3 or qualified P2, stayed in P3 so far. Fidel has fallen back a little bit, now being hounded by Andrew Davis and Jake Scarborough. Jake a little bit farther behind. Sean Kassane probably taking his time. Hasn't really moved up the field as much as you would think. Tyler McIntosh a little farther back. Doesn't really have any company. As Matthew Stotts, meanwhile, has finally got around Tim Olson. Tim Olson off of the podium. Still a great run nonetheless. As Matthew Stotts now going to try and use up his ERS to catch Ethan Fonseca, who's caught Valerie by a second already. So Valerie might just be a sitting duck here. I'm not sure she can really do anything. Used a lot less throttle input through that second corner. Lost a lot of time. Too much curb, it seemed like. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts kind of lost track of Ethan Fonseca. Didn't get through Tim and Fidel very well. Meanwhile, Fidel is still being hounded by Andrew Davis. Not as bad, though. He's catching Tim Olson a little bit. Tim just using up all of the track he can. As long as it doesn't give him a penalty, he's going to use it. Same with Andrew Davis. He finally catches on to that. Cuts a little bit of the track. P4 through about P8, not too far away from having a little bit of a battle here. As Tim Olson tries to keep Matthew Stotts in his sights, as Ethan Fonseca almost has the gap down to a second already. Even though he started, P16, just incredible drive from Ethan Fonseca. If he can keep up this, get the strategy corrected, he might be able to show some championship fight, as we've had another wreck. AJ Nichols went around. And he's DNFs, trying to get it back straight. AJ Knickel DNFs the car, trying to get straight, as that's, if there wasn't already a safety car, that's going to bring out one. As, we'll see if anybody elects to pit here. I'm not sure if that's going to be the smartest play. Valerie doesn't pit. Ethan Fonseca elects not to. Same with Matthew Stott. Same with Tim Olson. See if Fidel's the first car to pit. He won't be. Same with Andrew Davis, Jake Scarborough, Sean Kassane, Tyler McIntosh. Jake Scarborough drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car. That's going to ruin his sprint race. Surely Gabe will be the first. Yep, Gabe Cazzola going to be the first car. Darius McGill with him. Jurgensmeyer's got to get off of those wets. He'll also dive down, I assume. He elects not to. That's a questioning decision from Jurgensmeyer. He has so much better pace than all those guys. I don't see why he wouldn't do that. Darius McGill probably made contact with AJ if I had to assume anything. He's going to get a new wing. Gabe Cazola already out of the pit lane. But Brandon Sisko, is he back yet? No, of course not. Tyler Crabtree also down pit road for the second time this race. So we'll group up here. This is basically going to help Matthew Stotts and Ethan Fonseca and screw over Valerie, as Valerie is going to be right up to, or not Valerie's going to be right up. Ethan and Matthew are going to be right up to Valerie. Going to have no place to run, Valerie is. Tim Olson also going to be able to hopefully fend off the charge from Fabian and Andrew Davis a little easier now, as he'll get hopefully a good start off this. Tyler McIntosh going to be in the points as long as nothing serious happens to him, because Jake Scarborough will have to serve that drive-through. As AJ Knickel. Oh, why did I... Fuck, I accidentally deleted the message. Alright, well, that's incredible. Alright, see if we go green this lap. I doubt it. I don't think, wow, I forgot Tyler Crabtree's on track. I feel bad now. Tyler Crabtree, not going to be here. Definitely not, so we won't go green this time. And we're going to have 3 laps remaining. See if that's enough for Valerie to hold off Ethan and Matthew. So, I'm still shocked by Jurgensmeyer's decision. You know what? Here. We'll go to our in-race reporter. Jurg, what's the plan here? Why did you not pit on this safety car?
Well, in the pre-race, it said it's supposed to get harder rain, and that's what it's doing right now. It's getting worse and worse. I don't know if it's going to end up working, but, I mean, if it gets time for the wet tires here at the end, I'm gonna be so much quicker than everybody else. That's what I was planning at the start.
I see. Your teammate actually has decided to also go on the wet tires. Maybe seeing the same thing that you are, as we surely will go green this lap. Darius McGill also goes on the wets, probably getting a little harder. Thank you for giving that piece of information to me. So maybe Jurgensmeyer makes a run for maybe a podium. I don't know if a win will be in the cards for this sprint race, but it does look a little bit heavier now that I think about it. Maybe going to be a little treacherous for these intermediates. So as long as he didn't tear up those wets, trying to drive in intermediate conditions, Jurgensmeyer might be in route for a good little finish here. Maybe up into the points. Trying to keep his championship hopes alive. Jamie, please delete that. Actually, I'm just going to ban you. There we go. Alright. Oh, I can just do that. There we go. Alright. Oh, I'm so silly. Darius McGill decided to pit, put on wets. Gabe Cazola did put on wets on his that first stop. So 3 cars on wets, hoping this rain comes down harder and affects all the intermediate guys, which is everybody but 3 cars, so 13 drivers. So only one person decided to pit for inners on this safety car. It was Tyler Crabtree, which, I mean, he doesn't really have anything to lose. He's got to drive through the field fairly quickly, so maybe a quicker tire compound. As you see on the top of the screen, safety car will be in this lap. Jake Scarborough going to have to serve his drive-through fairly quickly as Andrew Davis passes Fidel Fabian. He'll let Fidel Fabian back by. Alright. Love EA. Gotta love EA. Now you're going to slow down the pace here. Hopefully catch these guys lacking. It's Ethan Fonseca trying to warm as much as he can. Matthew Stotts kind of just keeping his car in straight, not doing any funny business as he starts to swerve, of course. Safety car's in, they're off now. Valerie, really quick start there on this restart. Gonna have Ethan Fonseca maybe all over entering turn 1. See if Ethan thinks it's time to go. He does. He gets on the button. Both cars on the button. See if Ethan can use the slipstream to his advantage. No passing so far. Ethan isn't able to make the move into turn 1. Matthew lost about 9 tenths there to Ethan. Really Great jump from Fonseca onto the back of Valerie. See if he makes the move into turn 3. Still not alongside Tyler Crabtree. Already passed Sprain Cisco. Wow, we just got 2 penalties in one corner. Crabtree and Darius both have penalties now. Ethan going to try and go around the outside of Valerie. Not going to work. Have to slot back in line. Matthew stops all this battling. Has brought him back into the picture. Ethan goes a little bit wide through that bend. Keeps it still. Valerie a little bit loose off that corner all over the racetrack. Ethan just going to stay to the right. Not going to have the run, though. Not going to be able to get by down this back straightaway. Matthew Stotts, meanwhile, just enjoying the view, trying to see if he can maybe make a late race pass around both of these cars. Valerie, not a great run through the second part of the chicane. Gonna have Ethan all over her again. Gonna try and block to the inside. Not gonna really work. Or maybe it did. Ethan gonna slot back in line for a third time. Not able to get around Valerie. As a little bit off the throttle, not too much. Gives a little pick to the inside, nothing serious. Matthew Stotts again lost these guys a little bit as Ethan tries to go around the outside. It's going to work. Ethan Fonseca, sensational pass around the outside of Valerie. Great move from him. And now Matthew Stotts going to dive down the inside, try and follow Ethan through. Gets a little bit of wheel banging there. Gets a really loose after that. Gonna try and bring maybe Tim Olson back into this conversation. See if Jake Scarborough takes his drive through this lap as we go on board with Sean Kassane, who was out of this sprint race. Got loose on the throttle and DNF'd. Unfortunate for Sean Kassane. Gonna give another person points, really. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts and Valerie side by side as, wow, wait, what happened? Valerie, wait, am I blind? Yeah, I am. Okay, that's the answer. I'm just blind. All right. Back to chaos. Darius McGill is somehow in P8. Has gotten by Jurgensmeyer, Lozano, Hunter Smith. Just great moves from him on these wet tires. He's into the points. Jurgensmeyer trying to get around Lozano. Still, these wets did not look like they worked as he gets really loose off that corner. Going to lose a position to Crabtree. Maybe a Hunter Smith. No, not going to happen. It's back up near the front. Ethan Fonseca is checked out after that wheel bang between Matthew and Valerie. Matthew actually lost about 2 seconds to Valerie. Now Tim Olson maybe trying to go for a podium spot. Tim down to the inside of Matthew Stotts. Going to try and take P3, maybe clear into the chicane. He will. 2 to go. Tim Olson into the podium positions for the sprint race. Great drive from him. Fidel Fabian, meanwhile, just stayed in P5. Jurgensmeyer back by the positions he lost. Going to be P9. Still not in points paying positions. Just hasn't worked like he wished it had. Hunter Smith, Tyler Crabtree had a little bit of a battle there. Looked like Hunter got a little loose, lost track of Crabtree as Crabtree tries to close in on Jurgensmeyer, who has to back that corner up really bad because of those wet tires. Meanwhile, Fidel Fabian has caught Matthew Stotts and Tim Olson. Maybe going to try and make a move for that podium position if Matthew and Tim get into it. Matthew, I'm not sure if he can't use the ERS or just hasn't. I'm not really sure what the plan is there. Meanwhile, Hunter Smith has lost position to Julian Lozano, falling back through the order very quickly. As Matthew Stotts still not on the button. I think he might have an issue with the ERS. Going to try and go down the inside. No, he just hasn't used it, I guess. That's really odd from Matthew Stotts. Almost gets into the side of Tim Olson. Tim uses up all that curb. Doesn't get loose off the corner. Matthew going to use up ERS again, try and go around the inside of this corner. We'll watch from Fidel Fabian's view, see if they make any contact. Matthew has to slot back in line, not going to work, but that's going to bring Fidel right back into it, who also has a ton of ERS remaining. So this is the battle for the final podium stop. Matthew has to close. Oh wow, he had to slow up really bad. He got in the back of Tim Olson. Not able to carry as much, or able to carry as much, way more speed than Mr. Olson through there. As Stotts now going to try and go around the outside in the chicane, see if he can clear before the chicane. He will. Meanwhile, while we've been paying attention to this battle, Andrew Davis, Tyler McIntosh, Darius McGill all closed in. Fidel Fabian trying to look to see if he can get to the inside, outside of Tim Olson. Not going to happen. Andrew Davis hot on his heels. Tyler McIntosh right behind him. Meanwhile, Andrew Davis going to make a move to the inside of Fidel Fabian. Gets really tight there. Now he's going to open the door for Tyler McIntosh to take P6 away. See if he slides up off of this corner. He will. Darius McGill trying to get 2 for 1. Not going to happen, but I think he'll still get Andrew Davis off the corner. He will. Trying to get all he can on this final lap. Tim Olson, meanwhile, has put the pressure on Matthew Stotts. No mistake for Matthew Stotts, hopefully. Oh, he gets a little wide off of that penultimate corner. Not going to happen. Ethan Fonseca wins the sprint race here at Paul Ricard. Valerie P2. P3, it's going to look like it's going to be Matthew Stotts. 4th for Tim Olson. 5th for Fidel Fabian. This time penalty is going to knock Darius McGill back, but he'll still be in the points, it looks like. P6 for Tyler McIntosh. P7 for Andrew Davis. At the line, it's going to be P8 for Darius McGill. He'll take the final points in the sprint race. Jurgensmeyer, strategy does not work out as he was a little bit of wheel to wheel with his teammate Gabe Cazzola there at the line. What tires kind of worked out a little bit, not as much as he will. We'll see if Ethan Fonseca, if he has enough time to join here for an interview. I'm not sure if we will. Jerk, does it go straight into the race?
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, so I won't bother him with the interview. We'll get him in after maybe for the full race. But full race, dry conditions, not going to have nearly as much wet tire, intermediate tire tomfoolery. Julian Lozano not happy with Hunter Smith, calling him a clown. Battle of Titans there. Jurgensmeyer has told Hunter Smith that he owns him. Very true. As see the full rundown here. Braden Sisko, even though he lagged out, finished ahead of Hunter Smith. Sean Cassane and AJ Knickel both DNF from that. Hopefully they'll be able to have a better race in the main feature. I guess maybe I can do points here while we're waiting for this. See if I can do it really quickly. I doubt I can, because the sheet's not even loading. As probably won't have another formation lap, so I'll have to get my stuff situated fairly quickly. As let's try and do this. It's 8, 7, 6. It's 8 through 1, right, for the top 8. Jerk.
Hello?
It's 8 through 1 for the top 8 in the sprint,
yes.
right? Alright, so 8 points for Ethan Fonseca. It's going to be good for his championship hopes. Even though Matthew Stotts did cover him off with 6. Who was even? It was 10. Hopefully everybody ready's up soon. You know, I won't do this right now. It's not going to happen. Alright. There we go. Hopefully everybody will ready up. There we go. Alright. On pole, Ethan Fonseca, last to first in the sprint. Can he just dominate this main race as we're going to be off and away? Valerie gets another great start. Going to be the outside of Ethan Fonseca into turn 1. See if he can keep, if she can keep it around the outside. Down into turn 1. Ethan's going to be able to clear very easily. So we'll get this situated. There we go. Alright. Anybody make some interesting moves? Tim Olsen looking to the inside of Matthew Stotts. Not going to happen. Really differing strategies here. Nobody really on the same tire compound. Looks like Jurgensmeyer might have had a little trouble on that first lap getting going. Kind of just moves Julian Lozano out of the way. Lets AJ and Nickel follow him through. And of course we have the audio glitch here as Tim Olsen going to try and make the pass around Matthew Stotts, able to clear him before the chicane on those soft compound tires. Easy pass for Tim Olsen into a podium position. It's about half the field on softs, half on mediums, and then one lonesome hard tire strategy of Matthew Stotts. Braden Sisko, unfortunately, was not able to get back in here. So Valerie not losing track of Ethan Fonseca just yet, trying to make this race a little bit harder. Not sure if he can really do that, though, as we've had a shunt in the back. Julian Lozano and AJ Knickel, they were side by side through that little, what would you call that, kink before the back straightaway. Probably made a little bit of contact. Oh, Darius McGill is out of the session, as we were seeing Julian might make a little bit of retaliation there. It looked like he was gearing up for it, but Darius McGill out of the session. It looks like he might have had contact with Tyler McIntosh as Tyler would dive down into the pit lane. Don't think he has a wing. That'll help AJ and Julian out. Julian's going to stay out, actually. He won't decide to come down in for Tires. Yeah, Tyler McIntosh missing his entire wing. Not sure what happened there. Fortunately, we're looking at another incident. Field almost runs in a pace car there. Hunter Smith almost got taken out by the pace car. It's Jurgensmeyer. Gonna wait for it to stabilize and then go around. Gabe Soul follows him through the AI Braden Cisco. Ghost, if you will. Jake's John Sheets reference. As AJ and Tyler McIntosh both get new wings put on. Hopefully going to be back into this race. AJ elects to take the hards now. See if he might fancy a little bit of full hard race. 25 laps of hards would be something else. Tyler McIntosh doesn't even think about that strategy. Going to start P15 on mediums. Restart, I should say. So we should be able to get going fairly quickly. Tyler isn't, or AJ isn't that far behind. Actually, maybe he is. Maybe I'm lying. But, you know what, Jurg, I'll ask you for your input. Did you see what happened with Darius and Tyler there?
I didn't see what happened with them. I can only assume that they just got hooked on each other and then they got stuck. But I saw what happened with Julian and AJ right behind me. I covered off Julian. He went down the inside, and then I cleared him. And then I think AJ just stuck his nose in on the left-hand side on that next small straightaway, and Julian didn't think he'd be there. They hooked together, and they both went spinning in my rearview mirror. That's all I really saw there.
Well, two fast drivers going to have a little bit of field to cut through, as Valerie has decided to pit here on lap 2. Wasn't able to pit that first time by. Another puzzling strategy from Valerie, trying to see if she can pull something off, see what tire compound she goes on to. She goes on to hards. So, maybe gonna try a little bit of what I said AJ might try and do. 25 laps for hards. Gonna probably be more like 23, but still, really long time to go on hards. Probably think it's the only way she can even try and beat Ethan Fonseca. So that'll move Tim Olson even higher up into the podium positions. P2 on the soft tire compound. You got, what, 5 people now on softs. You got, 6, 7 on mediums, not including the driver who was wrecked out of this Grand Prix, Darius McGill. As Tyler McIntosh jumps ahead of Julian Lozano as he pits that second time. I also got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, yeah, he's the life of the party, Jamie. Andrew Davis up to P5. He was, I think he was P7 on the straight. Here, you know what? We can look. We don't really have anything going on. Let's keep that interview real. Yeah, up 2 positions, Mr. Davis is. Jake Scarborough up 6. Sean and Hunter both up P7, or P7, up 7 positions. Wow. Both into points. Darius McGill used the session after his DNF. Lap 1 DNF at that. Just really disappointing for him. Came into this race P2 in the championship standings. Going to come away with 1 point, thankfully at least, after the contact with him and Tyler McIntosh on the start. Doesn't look like we're going to go green this time. AJ's still not close enough. So, not sure when we'll go green. I think, or I know when we'll go green. We'll go green next lap. Braden Cisco, still unfortunately not here. Second week in a row he's had internet issues. Hopefully he gets that resolved next week. Jurgensmeyer fix a pit entry. Really, really skillful stuff from him there. As we'll wait for this field to come around one more time. Everybody's here, so we will 100% go as long as nobody somehow finds a way to wreck. So we're waiting for that. Jurg, I'm going to task you with entertaining the field for about 30 seconds, or the stream for 30 seconds, so you got this.
Alright, stream. And Jamie, right? How's it going? There's 8 people watching. Wow. Here we are in the 2023 French Grand Prix. We currently got Ethan Fonseca Moreno leading the field here.
Alright, stop talking. I heard you say, why do people watch this? I don't want to hear it from you anymore. If you did say that, I don't know. I may be hearing things. Don't say, oh no, in the chat, Jamie.
You're hearing
What's wrong
things.
with you? Yeah, mute your mic. I don't want to hear you anymore. But just for that, we're gonna go off of you. I'm gonna watch Tyler Crabtree. The highest running Tyler as I eat Jets pizza. I'm very, very, very good at this. Ark is watching. Oh my goodness. We have Ark in the chat. This is a new... We are new highs on the Trav commentating channel. This pizza's really good. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to finish it before we go green. Jerg is not spitting. Mid IMO. What kind of pizza? Dish, pepperoni, and sausage. Alright. No more talk about pizza. We're talking about racing now. Ethan Fonseca trying to pull away once again. This time he's going to have to gap Tim Olsen, who's just shown stellar pace here today at the French Grand Prix. I really want another bite of that pizza. Oh, this is unfortunate. Alright. Oh, wow. Almost hits Tim Olsen. Gonna use that to his advantage. Take off right after he almost tags him. Gonna be off and away here. Italian sausage, Jamie. You idiot. Alright. Tim Olsen, about a second back, trying to stay in the DRS range, hopefully, for these next 3 laps. On the same tire compound as Ethan, which they're both on softs. Probably gonna go soft hards if I had to assume. Maybe mediums. Not sure how tire wear is here. Matthew Stott's not going to be really able to keep up with them as Fidel Fabian maybe looks for a move on P3. Braden Sisko immediately gets ganged up by the entire field. AJ Knickel makes a daring pass on Julian Lozano, kind of just pushes him off the track like Jurgensmeyer did. Going to try and go around the outside of McIntosh. They make a little bit of contact. Tyler McIntosh ran wide there. Lozano now looks around the outside. Hopefully he doesn't get hit this time. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, Hunter Smith looked a little bit out of control there. Sean Kasayan looking to make a pass on him. See if Hunter defends the inside. He won't. Kasayan to the inside. Gonna try late on the brakes here into the chicane. Not gonna happen. Wow. Hunter Smith easily clears. Fidel Fabian losing track of Matthew Stotts now as he's got Andrew Davis all over him. As 4th through 8th all on mediums. Then you have Sean on the softs. As Jake Scarborough gonna try and pass into the flippin' full throttle right-hander. Not gonna work through there, but maybe through the right hand or long sweeping right hander. Not gonna happen either. Crabtree makes it stick around the outside both times. Matthew Daly is here. Hello, Matthew. As Sean Kasayan try to fight off Jurgensmeyer now. Or maybe not Jurgensmeyer. No, he's trying to pass Hunter Smith. Jurgensmeyer is closing in on this battle on the medium compound tires as Valerie slowly gaining on these 3. Hunter Smith uses up all the curb, gets loose off of that corner. Ethan, new fastest lap of the race, 32.5. That's Valerie on the button, gonna try and go around the outside of Hunter Smith. Gonna dive really deep. Hunter had to brake early on the hards. Jurgensmeyer pushes Sean Kasayan off the racetrack, elbows out. Normal Jurgensmeyer driving, it seems like, on F1. As that's gonna pave the path for Valerie to go easy up the inside, knock Sean off the racetrack as well. Just everybody using Sean up. Sean gonna try and get Valerie back off that corner. Not gonna work. Hunter loses 3 positions. Sean loses 2. Not great for Hunter Smith or Sean Kasayan. As we got a yellow flag back here. Is that AJ Knickel? AJ has went around again. He doesn't got a wing this time. Yep, he's just called it quits. Not his day. Kind of like Australia. Just hasn't worked out for him. Ends up P16. Thankfully not last for him. Francisco's AI, just chilling in P15. Fortunately, he won't get AI if he does, or he won't get points even if he does finish top 10 if he doesn't turn back. You can see, are those puddles on the racetrack? That's wild. All right, Valerie inside of Sean Kasayan, who tried to make a pass back, not gonna work. As Val hopefully tries to get around Jurgensmeyer now. You're so real, Matthew. Matthew, I should probably call you Maddie. There's too many Matthews. Oh, and then you're distraught about AJ. Yeah, I missed that. Or you're a little late on that in the chat, unfortunately. Tim Olsen really used up that curb. Got a little loose off the corner. I think DRS will be available this lap. Yep, DRS enabled. And Tim, unfortunately, is blinking, so he'll be a sitting duck for Matthew Stotts on the back straightaway. What does that mean, Jamie? A little bit of lag through there. Not sure if that's me or the lobby. Meanwhile, Valerie has gotten around Jurgensmeyer and Hunter Smith No, that's Gabe Cazzola. Gabe Cazzola has gotten around Sean Cassane and Hunter Smith in the span of half a lap. I'm not sure how that's happened. The worst driver on the grid is making passes. I'm shocked, honestly. Jake Scarborough on the back of Crabtree. Gonna see if he can find a way by. Meanwhile, Andrew, finally with DRS, easily gonna make the pass on Fidel Fabian, who gets a little bit swervy on the front straightaway. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts easily passes for P2. Maybe on the better strategy here, as I'm not sure how much longer Ethan's going to be able to go on those softs. Probably only about 5 to 8 more laps, if I had to assume. Tyler Crabtree able to fend off that charge from Mr. Scarborough. Meanwhile, Valerie slowly working her way through the field, about 1.4 seconds back of Jake Scarborough. Jurgensmeyer just trying to follow her through. Same thing, Gabe just trying to find whatever pace he can in that. Yeah, I'm just going to call him bad because he's trash. Meanwhile, Crabtree got around Fidel Fabian. Now Jake Scarborough going to try and do the same thing. Fidel just doesn't have the same pace he does in the wet. Fidel Fabian, another great save there, got really loose off that corner. As Fidel has lost 3 positions this lap, going backwards and quick. Meanwhile, he's got Valerie all over the back of him now. She's going to look to make the pass into turn 1. Not going to use any overtake. Meanwhile, Fidel does, trying to fend off the charge for as long as he can. Probably won't be very long. Andrew Davis. Now, he's got a long time until he, Oh, Andrew Davis! Around goes Andrew Davis from P4! Just got on the throttle too early off of turn 2. And spins it out from P4. Maybe he was in contention for a podium spot. That is not going to happen anymore. As he moves Tyler Crabtree up to P4, who is 3 seconds back of Tim Olson. It looks like it's all going to come together for Tim Olson today, as long as he doesn't make any serious mistakes, no time penalties. Gonna have a shot at the win here, it seems like, or podium here. Win not going to happen, unfortunately, I don't think. But meanwhile, Valerie 3 wide with Jurgensmeyer, and Fidel Jurgensmeyer put it 3 wide and takes both of those positions. Valerie's going to be back behind Jurgensmeyer, not going to get around Fidel. Not helping her charge towards the front at all. Giving Ethan and Matthew an even better shot at this win. Jurgensmeyer doesn't want to wait, wants to get the Tyler and Scarborough as quick as possible. Even wants to get around Valerie to do that. Valerie probably not very happy with that move. Fidel gets around Fidel fairly easy. Fidel just doesn't look like he has the pace on these mediums anymore. As Gabe Cazzola has lost track of these this battle a little bit. Hoping they battle a little bit more so he can get back in DRS. Sean Cassane, not really quick right now. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe France just isn't his kind of track. He's being hounded by Tyler McIntosh. Meanwhile, Jurgensmeyer has caught up to Jake Scarborough fairly quickly. Scarborough has literally 0 ERS remaining. Nothing left. Thankfully for Jurgensmeyer, he's got 30 and easily going to get around him on this back straightaway, I assume. Valerie slowly closing back in. Maybe going to try and do the 3 wide move on Jurgensmeyer. As Jake has lost touch with Crabtree, who has not really gained any time on Olson, who has also not been able to keep up with Stotts, and Stotts hasn't been able to keep up with Fonseca. It's gotten really cloudy really quickly. I don't think we're going to have rain. Gabe Cazzola made me aware that we weren't, but Gabe Cazzola is also an idiot, so yep, Jake Scarborough gets attacked on the front straightaway, loses 2 positions to Scarborough, or not Scarborough. Scarborough loses 2 positions to Valerie and Jurgensmeyer. How many of these people are using manual? I have no clue. I think Jurg is. Meanwhile, Valerie gonna go to the inside of the full throttle right-hander. Gonna try and get around Jurgensmeyer as quickly as possible. Julian Lozano with a 3-second time penalty. Jurg just lets her on through. Now she sets her sights on Tyler Crabtree, who's put together a fairly good race after his disastrous sprint race. He's going to be up, what, that's like 10 positions, really? Oh, wow, it's only 5, okay. Tyler Crabtree only have 5 positions. I overestimated how far back he started. Yeah, nothing really happening now. Besides Fidel is backed up to Gabe Cazzola, Tyler McIntosh, and Sean Cassane. Oh god. My voice is dying. Okay. Alright. Brayden Cisco is back online, so maybe his power went out. Maybe it wasn't internet. I have no idea, Jamie. Probably. I think somebody got shoved off. I think it was Fidel Fabian. He's back in P10 now. Got passed by Tyler and Gabe. Gabe gonna have to fend off a charge from McIntosh now. Not sure he's gonna be really in position to, as they both are blinking on ERS. Fidel Fabian gonna have to fend off a charge from Sean eventually, as Valerie easily gets around Tyler Crabtree. Jury gonna try and find a way past so he doesn't lose that much time to Valerie. I think Val will have the pace to catch Olsen. I'm just not sure if she's on the better strategy, as Tim's gonna eventually pit here for mediums or hards and see how much faster those are. Gabe Cazzola side by side with Tyler McIntosh gets that position back. These four under a blanket with Andrew Davis, who spun earlier about 2 laps ago, not too far behind. Tyler goes really wide off that corner. Julian Lozano has spun out. Let's see if Braden Cisco joins back. We'll have to remember to go back there and see. Fortunately for him, he's 15 seconds back and he'll need a safety car, which isn't out of the realm of possibilities. We've seen a couple DNFs here already. See if it happens again. Sean Kasain first on that soft tire strategy to pit under green. Thank you for explaining that, Maddie. I wasn't sure. Julian Lozano around again. Hopefully he doesn't do anything dumb. He'll go on to the hards. So I'm assuming that's what Gabe and Tim and Matthew and Ethan will all do as well. Tyler McIntosh trying to find a way around Gabe Cazzola. Doesn't want to be stuck behind him for very long. Guessing Julian's doing burnouts or something over here. Or maybe he's just being dumb. I'm not really sure. Finally got back straight. Braden Cisco is back. Oh, let's go. Braden Cisco has finally joined back. And he'll see if he can gain anything out of this miserable run he's had. Hunter Smith in no man's land in P12. Gabe Cazzola still holding off McIntosh and Fidel. Andrew is slowly catching them. As Sean Kasain probably made the right decision there to bail out of that pack and just try and gain some time. We'll see if any of the soft runners pit here, as Matthew Stotts has closed in on Ethan Fonseca. Quite a safety car. Alright, thank you, Julian Lozano, for ruining the strategy of this race. Yeah, I mean, he wrecked at the... that's really unfortunate. Alright, that's what happens when you give people second chances. Ethan Fonseca down pit road. Matthew Stotts follows him. I'm sure Tim Olson will as well. Matthew Stotts 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's gonna ruin his chance at the win if it doesn't get served here, which it won't. Tim Olson, Valerie, Tyler Crabtree, Jurgen Meyer, Jake Scarborough, Gabe Cazzola, Tyler McIntosh, Fidel Fabian, Andrew Davis, all down pit road. Hunter Smith will follow as well, goes really wide. See if he gets it slowed down. Only person who got... Oh, well... There it is. I was about to say only person who got a time penalty was Matthew Stotts, but Hunter Smith follows him as well in that change. See if this helps Sean Kasain. Doubt it will. He pitted. This is actually going to hurt him now that I think about it. Braden Cisco finally got back. He's going to pit. Sean Kasain decides to stay out. See where he comes out. See if he can jump all those people he's battling with. Gonna get back ahead of Hunter Smith. Gonna get back ahead of Andrew Davis, but he's gonna not gain anything. He's just gonna screw him out of positions as well. Julian Lozano being a buffoon has really cost a lot of people a lot of positions, a lot of strategy this race. It's gonna really have a lot of people mad at him, as running order is pretty much the same, no changes. Meanwhile, Braden Cisco, the only really thing that changed, Braden Cisco has a chance now to get points. He has finally joined back the lobby. Maybe gonna have a say in this points battle that they were having for P8 through 11 before the safety car. Alright. Figure that out. Alright, I don't think we won't go green this lap unless it's a really late safety car call-in. Field will be here, so it's going to be the same thing as last time. I'm going to have to sit here with the entire field bunched up and not really have anything to talk about besides Julian being interesting, to say the least. Hunter Smith, another 5-second time penalty while trying to get rid of the 5-second time penalty. Great job by Hunter there. Just some beautiful driving. I'm really proud of him. Alright, you know what? We'll go to Jurgensmeyer now that we're just sitting here. Jurg, what's your plan for the rest of this race? What's the plan here?
Well, in that first I don't think I hit enough people off track. I needed to get Tyler. I needed to get by him. Probably get by Tim as well. But besides that, I think Val's gonna win this race. But I mean, that safety car screwed me because I was gonna go soft. Now I'm stuck on the hards. But I mean, the good thing is everybody around me is on hards, and Gabe is on mediums. But Gabe's not gonna pass me. So, I mean, kind of screws me. But at the same time, still had a chance at a podium.
Yep. Only thing I do say is Val is on the she's on her lap 1 mediums that she did use, so she's on 3-lap old mediums, not new like Stotts. Stotts is on brand new mediums, so he might be able to go after Ethan. He's gonna have to pull 3 seconds or 5 seconds on Ethan anyway, so he had to try something. I'm not sure if we'll go green this time either. I'm not sure how the safety cars work, but nope. Wait, nope. Maybe it didn't say it. Will we go green this time? Please. I don't want to sit here for another lap with nothing to say. Pretty please. With a cherry on top. Alrighty. Guess not. That's incredible. I love this game. Alright, well. Thank you, Hunter Smith. I think he's doing it on purpose, actually. I know what he's doing, because he's got to get... Yup. Yeah, that's gonna be a penalty post-race. He'll get a penalty for that. 100%. I will make sure he gets a penalty for that. That's not legal in any way. Common sense, really. Shouldn't need a rule to tell you that. It's just bad sportsmanship. So he'll come down to the pit lane. Maybe he won't speed this time, like an idiot. Oh wow, he put it on early, like a smart person would do. See if... Don't ask interview questions, be quiet. See if it serves one or both. Hopefully it always serves one to screw him over even more, and if he does that again, he'll get an even bigger penalty. So, actually, I'm gonna make a phone call. So, Jerry, entertain the stream one more time.
I'll answer your interview question, Jamie. Jarek, how difficult was it to strategize for this race, knowing that each session was going to be a different weather-wise? I'll be completely honest with you, Jamie. It took about 20, 30 seconds before the race to think about it. I mean, that's about it. I'll be honest. I mean, I saw there was rain, and I decided to put the rain tires on. That's about what my strategy was. So, I mean, it was a tough decision to put dry tires on for this race, I'll admit, but, I mean, it's worked out for me, I think. It's Hunter Smith still is not caught in the safety. Oh, we are in this lap. Travis, I need you to come back because we are in this lap. Otherwise, I'll commentate here.
I'm here. Alright, we're good. Alright. Buke is sucking your cock right now in the chat. There we go. Alright. Made a phone call. We figured that out. Didn't really figure anything out. Tim's an idiot, or Hunter's an idiot. That's what we figured out. Ethan gonna back up the field really hard here. Gonna let the safety car hopefully get in earlier. really, really working hard to warm up those hards. Even ghosting himself doing it because of how sideways he is. See where he decides to go. The pit. Wow. Yep, pace car's in the pit lane, so whatever he decides to go, he can. There he goes. Huge start on Matthew Stotts. Again, not great on these race starts. He's going to have Tim on the back of him. Valerie going to try and use those mediums to her advantage. Get by Tim fairly quickly. Try and have a chance at this win still. So if she can just get around Ethan and keep Matthew within 5 seconds, she'll take the win. Can't really get a speeding penalty. Remove Valerie, gets really sideways while she dives the inside of Tim. Just knocks him off the racetrack. Going to be side by side down to the turn 3. She's going to want to clear him because Tim will surely make another move back. Maybe be just as aggressive. He won't be able to, though. They're going to clear him and hopefully check out. Tim probably going to dump the battery to get back inside of her down the back straightaway. See what happens here. If we have any fireworks down this back straightaway on the button. Both are. Val knows what he's going to try and do. She's going to try and check out before he has the opportunity to do so. That has moved Tyler Crabtree up to the back of Tim Olson. Going to try and get around Tim for a P4. As Matthew Stotts on the back of Ethan Fonseca. He's got to make his move fairly quickly, and then he's got to pull 5 seconds. Going to be a really tall task, but going to get to the inside. Try and now just check out on Ethan Fonseca. Going to push him a little bit wide. Going to cut down, hit the curb. He's going to try and check out now. Easy pass around the inside of Fonseca. So now Valerie going to try and catch Fonseca and then keep 5 seconds, or keep Matthew Stotts within 5. Tim hasn't really lost Valerie yet. But he has had to use a lot of battery to keep with her. As he gets on the battery a little too early, going to lose a little bit of traction on exit. Tyler Crabtree going to try and chase down Tim Olson. Matthew Stotts' fastest lap of the session. Or race. Session reel. Tyler Crabtree not able to pull up to Tim Olson. He's trying to chase down Valerie. He is not happy with her at all. Doesn't feel like he was raced very cleanly. Solid corner from Tim. Not as good as Valerie would have hoped. Just trying to chase her down. See if she uses any more battery. Yep, she will. Trying to pull away from Tim while she tries to pull up to Ethan. Ethan trying to stay in that DRS range. Hopefully keep him within 5 seconds of Matthew Stotts. Maybe the same thing as last week. Cutting might help you stay in DRS. Meanwhile, back in the pack, Gabe Cazzola, Tyler McIntosh, Andrew Davis, all swapping positions. Fidel Fabian as well. Tyler gets back around the inside of Gabe Cazzola. Jake Scarborough already blinking. Wasn't able to stay with Jurgensmeyer. Tyler Crabtree dives to the inside of Tim Olson. Going to take P4 away. Looks like it's Tim Olson, not a P5. Now he's going to have Jurgensmeyer to the inside. Jurgensmeyer going to try and send one. Knocks Tim off track, and they both spin. Tim Olson and Jurgensmeyer both spin from P5 and P6. Going to lose all the positions, both out of the points. Braden Cisco now looking to get points from Sean Cassane here as he goes wide, trying to get around the outside of Fidel Fabian. Jurgensmeyer just being way too aggressive like he said he was going to be. Spins both himself and Tim Olson out of very valuable points. As Braden Cisco doesn't get into the corner very well, makes contact with Fidel Fabian. Matthew Stotts, another flyer, going to be out of Ethan's DRS. Val has lost track of Ethan Fonseca. Hasn't been able to gain as much as she hoped. So that's going to really change things up here, as Crabtree is now on the back of Valerie. Crabtree has shown some fantastic pace here. See if he can close in on Valerie. Gets really loose in that almost full throttle right-hander. Just have to lift a little bit. Gonna have DRS still, so he's gonna be able to stay with her. As unfortunately Tim Olson retired in the pit lane after that. Probably just distraught. Probably gonna have Jurgensmeyer's throat after this one. Fidel Fabian gets back around Braden Cisco with that assist of DRS. Tyler McIntosh making a move on Jake Scarborough. And Gabe Cazzola is going to follow McIntosh through. Maybe try and go to the inside of McIntosh. He's not going to have the space. Jake Scarborough boxes him in. Going to try and go back down the inside of McIntosh. McIntosh gives him the room. Really didn't have to. 3 cars all over each other. Jake Scarborough going to try and get past Gabe Cazzola. He will. He pushes Gabe Cazzola off the track. Then gives him back the space. See if Gabe Cazzola returns the favor. He's going to. Pushes Jake Scarborough back off track. Jake Scarborough cuts the corner to get back alongside. And then he's going to relent the position. Jake Scarborough realizes it's not worth it. Just gives Gabe the position. As Andrew Davis, after that spin, is slowly trying to catch back up. It looks like Jurgensmeyer has just gotten back here fairly quickly. Jurgensmeyer probably not in the best of moods after that little shunt he had with Tim Olson. Francisco goes back behind Hunter Smith. Not sure what's going on. Francisco has tried to kill the car and has been reset back to... Okay, alright. We're just going to go away from that. Francisco retires on track. Hopefully that won't cause a safety car. Meanwhile, Tyler Crabtree got around Valerie on the front straightaway. As he gets really loose before the kink. Valerie's going to easily get back by now. He's going to block low. Valerie's going to go around the inside. Both of them have about the same ERS, so can't really use that to either's advantage. Oh my goodness, Crabtree really quick through that first part of the chicane. Gabe Cazzola got back around McIntosh and Scarborough. It's a wild battle for P5. Gabe Cazzola actually putting in some solid driving for once in his life. Is Tyler going to try and find a place to repass Cazzola? Jurgensmeyer has gotten around Fidel and Hunter Smith after his little incident with Tim Olson. Going to try and find pace to get back up to Sean Cassane and Andrew Davis, who are battling for P8. Is my stream? Yeah, no, it's fine. Alright. Still under a blanket for P5. P3, same thing. Crabtree and Valerie all over each other. Gonna see if he can close in on Valerie on this front straightaway. Not going to be the same thing as last time. Not going to be able to make the pass into turn 1. Meanwhile, McIntosh going to try and go around the outside. Really just gives Gabe no room. Makes that pass pretty easily. Going to take P5 away. Gabe Cazzola back on the button. Maybe going to look to the inside. No, stays behind. Going to wait till the back straightaway to make his move. All three of these guys, no ERS remaining. While these two both got around the same. Both in the 40s. Crabtree hopefully doesn't get loose off his corner like last lap. Able to make a move back on Valerie. This old medium's not working out for Valerie. And she's going to have to take him even longer than normal, unless we get a shock safety car. I don't think we will, though. Crabtree back down on the inside. Gonna easily make the move for P3. Meanwhile, Gabe Cazzola, same thing for P5. Jake tried to follow him through. Not going to happen. Sean Cassane and Andrew Davis side by side. Andrew Davis not going to be able to make the pass. Or, sorry, Sean Cassane not going to be able to make the pass on Andrew Davis until after the chicane. Makes the pass on Andrew there after Andrew didn't get the tracking down quite as well. Meanwhile, Jurgensmeyer not really gaining as much as he hopes. Fidel probably just trying to find any pace he has after this disappointing feature race, after the great sprint he had. One position out of points right now, Hunter Smith 2. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts, 2.5 seconds he has gained on Ethan Fonseca. He's got to find 2.5 more if he wants to win this race. That speeding penalty will not be removed. Crabtree almost out of DRS range. Thankfully, he still has it on this front straightaway. Gonna have to gain back in. Meanwhile, McIntosh, see if he makes a move on Gabe Cazzola. He's not. He's gonna stick in behind Scarborough. A little bit farther back than he would like to try and maybe get a 2-for-1. Cassane gonna try and lead Andrew Davis up to this pack, while Jurgensmeyer tries to catch them. Valerie gets a 3-second time penalty. Too many warnings for her. 3 seconds has been added to her end of race time. So that is pretty much going to ruin her chance at a podium, because I don't know if she'll be able to shake Tyler Crabtree. And then Gabe Cazzola, McIntosh, and Scarborough are so close to each other. As long as they don't battle too hard, they might be able to pass her as well. So Andrew Davis gets back around Sean Cassane. No problem for her. Cassane, not see if he'll be able to make the move back out of the bus stop chicane, whatever you want to call it, bus stop chicane. It should feel feisty. Jurgensmeyer so close to that second gap that he needs. McIntosh going to try and go around the inside of Gabe Cazzola. Not going to work, but now he's going to have Jake Scarborough, who's outside, going to put the throttle down early and maybe clear Cazzola. No, he's going to make contact with Cazzola. Wheel-to-wheel racing, a lot of contact there. Hopefully no wing damage for either. Is Cazzola going to do the same thing on the exit of this corner, push McIntosh wide like he did to Scarborough. McIntosh able to keep the throttle down better, though. Trying to go around the outside. Gabe Cazzola Goes there for a little bit, a little bit of lag. McIntosh going to push him wide again off the track. Scarborough going to try and follow him through. Gabe Cazzola, after a little bit of wheel-to-wheel racing, is going to lose 2 positions. Jake Scarborough, though, going to get a 2-for-1 on this straightaway, and Gabe gets back by McIntosh. Some fantastic racing back here, as Sean Kassane has retired from the session. Where did he wreck out at? But that's a safety car, and that's going to ruin Matthew Stotts. That's absolutely going to ruin his race. He really just wanted it to stay green at that point. Unless he can... Man, I don't know. That's... Oh, that's another just unfortunate safety car for Matthew Stotts. I'm not sure what happened to Sean Kassane. He was battling with Andrew Davis. So we'll see here. Let's see if Andrew Davis has any wing damage. Doesn't look like he's missing any end plates, and that would be your first real view of it. No, it doesn't look like it. I guess we could... Oh, you know who we can ask? We can ask Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, what happened between Sean there? What happened with him?
Oh, they were racing hard ahead of me. Andrew Davis, he dove bomb Sean going in the bus stop the lap before. Sean ended up getting him back, and then down the main straight. No, Andrew was ahead of Sean, and then Andrew threw a big block on Sean, and Sean ran right into the back of him. That will be a big penalty for Andrew.
A block was thrown in open wheel cars. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's... Wow. That might give Hunter Smith a chance at points now, which is disgusting. Anyway, the entire field's going to come down for softs here. I mean, just no-brainer. If anybody says out, they're insane. As Gabe... Yeah, you know what? That's... Yeah. Gabe Cazzola and Tyler McIntosh say, fuck it, and stay out. You know who followed them? Nope, Hunter Smith didn't follow them. Okay, thank the Lord. Softs all around, except for the top two. Ethan Fonseca will get the position on Matthew Stotts. Valerie will come out P3 with her 3-second time penalty. That's probably going to cost her any chance at a podium. Oh, that's who stayed out with him. Jurgensmeyer. All right, giving us a little bit of content here. See if Hunter does anything stupid again. He'll be the last one out of pits. I mean, Hunter might just get points because 3 people have stayed out. All right, we're going back to Jurgensmeyer. Jurg, what's the plan here? Why would you stay out under the safety car?
Well, you know, I saw everybody come in, and I decided to do the opposite. I'm gonna try and do what I can to try and give Gabe the best chance that he could get at a podium, maybe even more. But I mean, might as well. I'm getting a penalty anyway. I'm not gonna finish in the points anyway. Just see what I can get Gabe here out of this race.
So a little bit of teammate play there as I finish the rest of my pizza. There we go. I think we'll go green this lap, bearing any Hunter Smith antics. Oh, he's being an idiot. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Maybe he's not. I don't know what he was doing, but he is in manual. See if the safety car decides to come in. I think he might have got there just a little bit too late. Well, that's going to help Gabe Cazzola, Tyler McIntosh, and Jurgensmeyer try and fend off their podium positions. Tim Wilson probably regretting DNFing now after that one. Ethan Fonseca might not get this win after all now that this has happened. Going to be coming, what, to 4 to go? Not sure if any of these guys will really have a chance. I'm sure Ethan will get a crazy jump and pass one of them before turn 1 even, so. It's just a matter of time. How many laps do they last? At least Gabe is on the medium, so maybe able to fend off a little easier than that, but he's going to have 2 really fast cars I'd say 3 really fast cars, but it won't really matter because Val has that 3-second time penalty. I don't think she'll be able to even have a chance at this. Why is he in my chat? Let me do something about that, actually. There we go. Alright. Alrighty. Tyler McIntosh running P2. Not really shown anything. I've already done it, Jamie, don't worry. He's, yeah. I don't even know how I got this. Alright. There we go. Alright, safety car in the slap. Three cars, trying a strategy that I don't think is gonna work. Meanwhile, you got 8 other cars who are looking to get by them in as quick as they can. Really. Gabe gonna have to try and back up the field as much as possible. Gonna try and go as late as possible. As you can tell, he's on the throttle. He's closer to the safety car than Ethan ever was. He's not going yet. He hasn't stepped on the throttle yet. Not really following a consistent pace speed. Ethan is trying to rush Jurgensmeyer. I'm not sure if Jurg's gonna... Not sure what Jurg will have to say about that. Gabe still hasn't went. Still hasn't went. Will he gun it off the corner? Yes, he will. Gabe Gasol off and away. Top 3 getaway. Relatively okay. Now Jurg's gonna be under fire from Mr. Moreno, Fonseca, whatever you want to call him. Stotts trying to find a way through as Jurg fends him off. Ethan sends it in really deep. Stotts to the inside. Not going to happen. Ethan bumps Jurg out of the way. Now he's going to go back down the inside. Stotts is going to make it 3 wide. Valerie trying to find a way through. 3 wide entering the 3rd corner. Ethan trying to hang it in deep. Jurg sends it up the inside. Not going to happen. Both of them are out of this. Oh, Ethan cuts the corner a lot to try and get back in to the outside of Crabtree. But that's going to open the door for Stotts. Stotts now just has 2 cars to pass after it looked like his race was over. Valerie around the outside of Jurgensmeyer. Crabtree going to try and follow her through. Jurgensmeyer just got tapped from the left-hand side and couldn't save onto it. And now Gabe Gazzola under pressure from 2 cars. One of them on old tires, the other on new softs. Somebody had something go wrong. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, yeah, not happening. Valerie got by Matthew Stotts. Valerie is up here. She's going to go to the inside for 2nd. Not going to make contact, though. All clean. Side by side for 1st. Side by side for 3rd. Valerie gets in really deep. Pushes Gabe up. Valerie to the lead. Now she's got to try and find 3 seconds as Matthew gets really loose off that corner. Same as Val. Oh my goodness. Just what a chain of events. Matthew Stotts being held up really bad by Gabe and McIntosh as Val got through very cleanly. Val's got 3 laps to try and find 3 seconds. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately, but nonetheless, great job getting through that traffic. Ethan, Tyler McIntosh spins Gabe Gazzola out. Gabe Gazzola, Alpine disaster class, gets spun. One of them got spun by Fonseca, one of them by McIntosh. Tyler Crabtree makes it 3 wide, up the inside on the straightaway. Going to take both of those positions away. Only one of those guys that isn't blinking. Fonseca finally gets around McIntosh. Scarborough up the inside of McIntosh now. Andrew Davis going to try and follow him through. Meanwhile, Hunter Smith is saying thank you for all these points. He's gotten around Fidel Fabian. Lucky for him. But unfortunately, he'll have a penalty coming his way regardless, so I don't think he'll end up in the points. Good pass from... Oh my goodness. The Mercedes teammates almost got into each other. Tyler McIntosh going to lose a position to Hunter Smith now that happened, and Fidel Fabian. So Tyler McIntosh down to P9. P10 actually is Gabe Gazzola. The car he just spun gets around Fidel and him. Fidel brakes really early, lets both of those cars by. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts has gotten around Valerie. You knew that one was coming. Fonseca probably has a penalty coming his way, I'd assume. A lot of contact there on that lap before this one. Don't think he'll come away scot-free. Meanwhile, Fidel Fabian 3 wide into the full throttle corner. I'm not sure what the plan is there. Either Fidel, only one of these guys on fresh softs, going to have to find a way by it fairly quickly. Hunter Smith up to P7. Hoping one of these guys makes some more contact. Fidel Fabian gets around. Yup, he's going to give Gabe a little push there as they're all going to stack up now. Jurgensmeyer out of the points completely. Just that strategy never was going to work out for at least 2 of them. One of them it might have helped That was really the plan for the Alpines. Matthew Stotts, fastest lap of the race, beats his own time. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer gets another warning. That'll give him a penalty. But Tyler Crabtree trying to fend off the fastest car in town right now and take the final podium spot. This would be fantastic for him. As down into the third corner, Fonseca trying to find any pace he can. Both of these guys struggling on ERS. I don't think they'll beat DRS until the last lap. Crabtree really loose into that corner. Comes out of that corner, and now Ethan's right on his tail. Oh, there is DRS this lap. All right, I was mistaken. DRS wide open. They'll just have to stay with him until the front straightaway. Try and get him back. Meanwhile, Andrew Davis up the inside of Jake Scarborough. Jake has no way to defend. He'll take P5 really easily. Crabtree, bad chicane. Not going to be within 5/10 even of Ethan on the exit. Going to try and stay within a second. Both of them on the overtake button. Tyler's got to get, yeah, I was going to say, Tyler's got to get back on that. He's got to use all of it, like Ethan did. They both have none remaining. Tyler's just trying to find any pace possible to catch Ethan back and try and take that final podium spot away. As Ethan still would come out of here with P2. If Tyler can gain a little more time, he would also get a podium spot regardless if he passes Ethan or not. Right now it's going to be really close. It's just about a 10th. As Fidel Fabian did get around Gabe Cazola and Tyler McIntosh. Tyler Crabtree, I'm telling you, he's putting up one hell of a fight as Andrew Davis has caught both of these guys. Andrew Davis, if he's smart, stays behind right here. This would be suicide for a podium. Yeah, no, just not going to make that move. Val's been able to save some of her ERS and has more, I guess, left, and she's been able to pull that 3-second gap over Ethan Fonseca to stay on the podium right now. But we'll see. Andrew Davis, Jake Scarborough have caught Tyler Crabtree and Ethan Fonseca. They have to all get through here clean if they want a chance at Ethan Fonseca. Tyler gets a little loose like we've seen him multiple times throughout the day. 5/10. Can he gain that with just basically DRS? They're all going to be out of ERS. Down the back straightaway, snaking. Andrew Davis catching up to Tyler Crabtree at a rapid rate. Going to go down the inside. Does he try and move on Ethan Fonseca? No, he won't. He's not going to have the pace to do that. Pushes Tyler Crabtree a little bit wide. Tyler Crabtree's able to clear him back. Gets a little bit loose. Jake Scarborough now going to try the 2-for-1 out of the chicane. Can he get to the inside of Crabtree? They're going to be 3 wide down into the full throttle king. No, they're not. Andrew Davis thinks better of it. 2 wide. Jake Scarborough trying to get 2-for-1 on the final lap. Clears Crabtree. Crabtree goes back inside. 3 wide. 3 wide down to the wide sweeping right-hander. Oh my, Andrew Davis gets back in line. Tyler Crabtree, Jake Scarborough, wheel to wheel. Jake gets a little loose off that corner. I don't think he's going to be able to pull off P4. Going to slide in line between Andrew and Crabtree just barely. Oh, what a defensive drive from Crabtree there. Really had to get the elbows out. As we'll come across the line, Matthew Stotts, after fighting adversity, will come across the line and win the French Grand Prix. Valerie is going to keep P2 by about a second. Oh, Jake Scarborough's around. Jake Scarborough went around in the final corner. I thought he locked up P5. I'm not sure what happened there, but Crabtree P4, Davis P5, Hunter Smith, great drive for him at the end, P6. Del Fabian P7, Scarborough P8, Gabe Cazola P9, McIntosh P10, and Jurgensmeyer will come home a disappointing P11. Oh, wait a second, actually. Wait a second here. He's going to try for fastest lap. I didn't really think about that. Going to try and take the point away from Matthew Stotts. So we have a little bit more drama, using up all the track he can. See if he can bring it back to Alpine. It actually won't be any fastest lap, but it will go down in the record book as his. He won't get the point for it, though. Jurgensmeyer at the line. Can he take away the fastest lap from Matthew Stotts? The answer is yes. Jurgensmeyer takes the point away from Stotts. So no final point for, or no extra point for Matthew Stotts there. Jurgensmeyer steals it away at the last second. Hunter Smith, your driver of the day. Congrats to him, I guess. Oh, just chaos. Chaos, 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 chaos. At the end there. 3 cars decided to stay out. Didn't work for any of them. All got relegated to the back of the grid. See if we have any hurt feelings in the chat. Matthew Stotts wasn't very happy with the pit lane entry. Maybe it would have been taken away anyway. Alright. We'll get Ethan Fonseca and Matthew Stotts in here for their podium. podium interviews. Oh, there's Matthew Stotts. We'll see if Ethan Fonseca joins. Is Ethan joining Stotts?
Yeah, he'll be joining.
All right, we'll wait for him.
As
And then,
as far as I'm aware.
there we go.
You enjoy the race, big man. That's cool too.
Oh, sorry. I'm waiting for. I was looking at the NHRL chat. All right, I did enjoy the race. It was chaos.
Uh,
Oh, Jurgen's Mayor thinking Tyler's gonna get the final podium spot because of Ethan's antics.
is that what? I don't know if it was because
Uh,
I wasn't too sure though.
I think he's more mad at Ethan than you.
Okay, because I was trying to be as patient as I could, but once the
Did he
once
say
the
he was
hole opened
joining,
up,
or?
he told me. He literally said, bro. Well, let me message him.
He's got about 2
Let's do it.
minutes. But I
Let's
think
do it, bro.
the stewards will be busy at the after the end of this race. I'm sure we'll have a lot of
Yeah.
penalties to decide.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah,
of
will
interesting decisions were made.
Hmm.
Where is Fonseca? Where is bro? If I had a nickel for every time Ethan Fonseca fumbled the race, I'd have 2 nickels. Not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. I don't know.
He
I don't
has
want to
nothing
wait
to
here
say about
forever,
today's event.
but I
No,
also
he
want
says
to
he has
interview
nothing.
him after. All right, we're just gonna
Oh,
interview.
yeah.
He can kick rocks.
So
All right.
solo interview. Let's go.
We'll start with the sprint race. You kind of got your way through traffic a little pretty easy, honestly. You went from basically last to third there at the start. Did you really have anything for Stotts? Was traffic really a big issue? I don't think it really was. Take
Anything
us
for
through
Stotts?
anything for Ethan. Please hang
Yeah.
yourself.
Um.
Oh, I can't say that.
Well, yeah. Well, now it's going down. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
good
okay,
job.
well, continue.
But
Whatever.
I honestly, bro, I really do think I had at least speed to be with him. I was there with him in the rain, and then trying to get by Val, was a little difficult. Too difficult to where I actually put myself into the wall, the inside wall, giving myself orange front wing damage. What put me back there with Tim. So that's what happened. I don't know if I would have caught him though, but I think I could have ran with him. I didn't need the safety car to come out. If the safety car didn't come out, I think we both would have ran down Val, and I think those two battling would have at least helped me get my chances to pass not just Val but also Ethan at the same time. But I'm not upset. It's a podium in the sprint race from basically dead last, so I'm not complaining whatsoever.
All right, and then we'll go to the race. Did the 5-second time penalty? Do you think you would have been able to clear that on Ethan Fonseca without that safety car? What did you think when the safety car did come out? Really?
When the safety car came out, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to clear him. I knew he was gonna get in front of me from it. So I basically was like, I know for a fact I was gonna be in front of Val, but behind Ethan. So I thought, no problem. I'm just gonna be behind Ethan. Obviously, with some of the guys staying out, it made life a little bit more difficult than it had to be. But nah, I think. Well, I even think before the safety car, I would have gotten the 5 on Ethan because Ethan was talking to me. He told me his tires for some reason would not, they couldn't grip. He told me that when he was on the softs, I was gaining after like 4 laps, and he was struggling on the hards as well. So I think I could have actually made that 5-second gap happen before the safety car, but I guess getting it cleared was good enough. Took the pressure off of me having to make a 5-second gap just in case. But yeah, hectic last couple laps there.
All right. That's what I was gonna ask next after that one. I will ask you one more question, then you are free to go. Take us through your view of that final restart, all the chaos that went down.
Dog, I'll tell you, bro. So I had a plan in my head that I thought was gonna work out so great. my plan was my straight line speed was so much better than Ethan. So my first move was going to be get past Ethan, then we worry about the cars up front on older tires. Obviously, that didn't go. In fact, Ethan was charging up onto Jarig pretty quickly. I didn't think he had the straight line speed to get around Jarig, because his straight line speed did looked awful. But they got alongside each other, I think, coming out of two. I think that's two. I don't know these tracks. On the straightaway, and they got wide. I think they went wide, or one of them went wide, and it slowed both of them up. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna have any chance at this win or at this race, I gotta make something happen. Obviously, I've got my history with incidents last week and shit like that. So I was like, okay, I'll try and send it without sending it at the same time. And I saw Jurg's car do something funky and it ghosted, and I didn't think I hit him. I don't think I hit him, but I think it had something to do with Ethan, because Ethan, he had a reaction. I'll tell you, that boy had a reaction. So as soon as I got around him, I went on my merry way, and then got held up by Tyler McIntosh a little bit, and then Val got around, who had a 3-second. Didn't know if that was gonna get taken away or not. So obviously I'm racing like it not for every little thing, man. So, but I won, and I went incident free, which was the main part, the main goal. So yeah, this one will stick.
Alrighty, well, congrats on your win. Not a lot of incidents, thankfully, for you this race. Very different from last week. Happy for you. Once again, congrats on the win.
Thank you, man. I love you guys. Love all my family. Want to shout out Spin and Win on
All right,
YouTube. Go ahead and
Matthew Daly said, "Good job. Leave now." Or I'm muting you. Get gone. Get lost.
All right.
All right, that'll be it for the fourth round of the NHRL F1 World Championship. I am Travis Van Osendorp, and I'm going to go eat pizza. Goodbye.